Hey guys, welcome back to Patchy Doodles. Today I'm doing a FireAlpaca tutorial on animation. I don't use FireAlpaca animation too much. I'm not quite at a point yet where I'm doing animation a lot, but I have used it and I just wanted to kind of just show you guys what it is, how to get to it, how to use it a little bit. I'm really not great at animation. There's other people out there who are better, who probably show you better, but I thought I was going to show you how I see it, really plain and simple. Not going into too much detail because I know that can confuse when you're starting, and I'm just starting, so hopefully it will be helpful to kind of share information with you, even though I don't know a whole bunch. Hopefully that will make it easier for you guys to understand. It's more simple, but yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and get started. So, FireAlpaca, basically, how you get to the animation part of FireAlpaca is through onion skin mode. And what onion skin mode does is it basically makes your layers so you can see through them like tracing paper. So if you were traditionally doing animation, you would use, tracing paper in a light box, kind of like that. But for digital, so you can see through your layers even when you're not on them. So you can have kind of like over top and you can still see through. So I'm going to show you how to get to this. You go up to this bar here and you're going to go to view and then click onion skin mode and it will check on. And now I have onion skin mode on. So what this means is even though the white background is behind here, I'm seeing what's on this layer. I'm seeing this transparent background. If I click over here, I see the white background. But what's different is if I draw something here, and I go in here, you can see it in a different color. And then I draw here, and you make another layer, you can still see it in that red color, but when you're over here, you can see this stuff. If I drew something here, you would see that in green. So you see what's on the layer above in green, what's on the layer below in this light red here. It's kind of confusing because I'm using red. We changed colors. But that's kind of how it works. So this circle here, this really light transparent kind of red, that's the layer under the layer I'm on, this one. And this green is the layer, the stuff that's on the layer above the layer that I'm selected on. So this layer is the green circle. So this can be take a little bit getting used to, but when you understand it and when you're able to use it, it helps you, it makes it more possible to make animations. So, let me clear this here. What we're going to do, I'm going to show you, that's basically the basics. That's all you really basically need to know. But you do have to kind of know how to do it a little bit. So you'll start with, I'm just leaving this background layer down here, and I'm starting to draw my animation on this first, well, it's layer 3, but this first transparent layer that's on top of my background layer. I'm going to go ahead and lock my background layer. You don't need to do this, but you don't need to have a background layer at all, but I'm going to. So I'm going to start on this layer, and let's say I'm just going to use the bouncy ball example because it's the easiest, but I can show you other animations I've done. But let's say I start here with this ball, and then I go to the next one, and I draw the ball here, and you know the drill. Make another one, draw the ball there, make another one, draw the ball again, squashing and stretching if you know those rules. Yeah, I'm not going to go too much into actually animation things like stretching and squashing and how to use those to make your animations look more expressive. I know a little bit about that, not much, but I'm not going to go into it right now. I'm just going to basically show you how you can use animation in this program. And so as you can see, you can go from one animation to the next. Isn't the best bouncing ball, but whatever. And I'm going to show you the preview function. So I'm going to delete this background layer and lock it because it will show blank white if I have it there. And we're going to go to view, and you're going to go to autoplay. So this is autoplay right here. And it will show you a little thing of your animation blow up for you. And here you can change how many frames a second. So I can have it going really slow, 2 frames a second, which is really slow, and or I could do 30 frames a second, which is really fast. So usually somewhere in the middle is where I choose, probably about like there. So yeah, that's kind of your bouncing ball example of that. So that's pretty simple, self-explanatory a little bit if you've ever done this before. That's that animation. So that's all you kind of do with that kind of animation. But if you're doing something a little bit complex, you probably don't want to draw the thing over and over again, especially if you're animating a character or something. So what you can do, and this is again kind of self-explanatory, but you know, sometimes you need to point it out. If you're trying to just change someone's facial expression, maybe you draw up a character. I'm not going to actually draw like a real character right now. I'm just going to do a little stick figure. Trust me, I can draw better than this. And you just, if you redraw this character every time, your lines are going to get different, and you're going to kind of see this like this kind of moving line effect, which you don't always want. I will show you an example in a second, but the lines will be different, so when they switch frames, it's not going to, like what you're changing isn't going to be the only thing that's changing. Your lines are kind of going to fluctuate a little bit, which I will show you in a second. But if you don't want to redraw it because you kind of don't want that effect, sometimes you want that effect, but if you don't want that effect, you don't want to redraw it, you can just copy the layer and just erase the thing you want to change. So by copying the layer, I hit this button, copy the layer. Now there's 2 identical layers. I don't need these extra layers, but there's 2 identical layers. So these are the exact same. If you played the animation, it would say the exact same for 2 frames. But what you can do is you can just erase the mouth. And oh, I forgot to change the size of my eraser. That would be good. I should do that. Let me undo what I just did. Oh, jeez, let's cut this out. Undo it. Okay, so you can just erase the mouth here, as you can see, and you're going to see the layer under it, so a little bit that red transparency. If I was using a different color, it'd be more clear, but anyway. Okay, so you can just erase the mouth, and you can redraw the mouth. Maybe you want it open. Now it changes from closed, open, and you didn't have to change anything else, so nothing else is going to look a little bit off, you know, that the shapes aren't going to change. So yeah, if you want to change like a lot more than that, you might have to redraw them. If you're going to be doing like moving scenes, I like moving like someone's running or something, or like really moving a lot, changing a lot of things, I recommend sketching it out. Do your sketches like differently. Don't copy and paste your sketches and change things. But when you're inking or when you're getting into that final process, you might want to do that, or do a little bit of that, like say the head doesn't move but everything else does. Just copy the head or something like that. Or you can redraw it every time, you know. That's just a really simple way to animate talking or something if you just wanted to do a little cartoon. So that's definitely something you should use on onion skin mode. I'm going to show you an example of what happens when you ink 2 frames separately, but they're supposed to be the same thing, you know, in an animation, the same person, and when they change, it kind of gets this jittery line effect. I'm going to show you. Let me just pull it up. This is an animation I did that I was going to plan to put on an intro for this channel. I might redo it and put it as an intro. I don't know yet, but right now it's just like this. And I'm going to show you what happens when I start playing it. So I go to View, I go to Onion Skin Mode, and then I go to Autoplay. I'll just say this is kind of fast. Turn it down a little bit, but I think I had it about, I don't know, 5 probably frames a second. And if you look really close, let me blow it up a little bit more. If you look really close at the line art, you can see some of the lines are changing a little bit. They're moving. They kind of look like they're like fluctuating or like jumping, you know. It's a little bit distracting, and you're kind of distracted sometimes from this hair because you're looking at the lines that are like so close to being good, perfect that they're like so obviously not, if that makes any sense. It's like it's so close, but her thigh is like pulsing. This is kind of weird. So that's kind of what happens if you ink without like just copying. If you like ink twice or change any lines on one layer and don't change them on the other, the exact same line, then you're gonna get this where it's a little bit different. There's just a little bit divot or something where you erase something and it, when it flips back and forth, it looks really weird. So that's kind of what happens if that happens. So yeah, if you guys have any questions about animation, you want to know anything more, you guys can let me know. But right now I'm going to show you how you actually turn the file from FireAlpaca into an animation. So I'm going to show you how to save your animation and turn it into like a GIF file using FireAlpaca's website. So they have a separate website for animation. I'm going to show you first how to save the layers. So you're going to make sure that your view is on onion skin mode, just like that. And then go under File and go to Export Layers. And then in parentheses say onion skin mode. This will be on if you have onion skin mode on. Just hit that and it's going to ask you where to save it. And it will ask you if you want to open Alpaca Dogo, which is their animated GIF service, in your browser. You can just type yes and we'll open it up for you, which is really awesome. So it's going to go ahead and open up Chrome right now and send you right to the website you need to go to. You don't even have to look it up. So this is the website, and the instructions on here are pretty self-explanatory, but I'm going to walk you through it anyway. So what you do is you should scroll down here and it says drop files to upload in this area or select all files. So you can drag and drop them from your desktop or you can select them right like this, like that. So I'm going to go ahead and find these files and drop them in. Just select them and put them in. Okay, so once you drop them in here, it will look like this. It will have both of your layers down here, or if you have more layers than this, then I'll have all of your layers on here, and I'll have this little preview box right here, and then your customization. So as you can see, the mouth is moving because we only did the mouth. So right here is how fast it's going, frame per second, so I can make it go really fast, or mouth moving really fast, or really slow. So you just want to pick one you like. I think that's probably good. And then completion size, if you want 50% of the image, 100% of the image, how big your canvas is basically. If you want a loop replay or just one replay. And then if you want to insert the FireAlpaca logo, it won't show you on here, but if this is checked, then it's going to put the FireAlpaca logo on your animation, which you probably don't want. So just uncheck it, and then you can hit Create GIF Animation, and then hit OK Download, and it's going to download your animation. If you click this button, it's going to download it onto your computer. You'll see it pop up here, and then you have the animation. So you can also just export these layers and put them into your movie editing program and use them that way. Just take each frame and treat it as an image in like an editing software. There you go. That's how you do it. So I hope this video was helpful to you. I tried to be very simple and explain as best as I could. So I hope you liked this video, and if you have any suggestions for future FireAlpaca tutorials, you can leave them in the comments down below or in the poll that I will be putting on the right of the screen in the iCard. So check it out, and see you guys in the next video. Bye!